Brindley, coming to you from a little bit of a different location today. Coming to you from not so sunny Treasure Island, Florida. I have a leak in my home and they have put me in a hotel on the beach, so there's gratitude in everything. So that's why there's a little bit of a different background. So tonight's topic, and some of you, if you know the quote, know that I reversed it. So there is a quote that says every exit is an entrance to somewhere else. And the premise of that quote is that if we start looking at closed doors or exits or when things end as opportunities to go into something new, then we can actually live a life of wonderful new experiences because we change the way we look at things and we start looking at, the saying, when one door closes, another one opens, right? Yet instead of looking at it as a closed door, just look at it as an open door onto the next. And then I reversed it because I also think there's a flip side to this. I also believe that every entrance is also an exit. And what I mean by that is the door you came in, you can also walk out of. And sometimes, have you ever heard the saying, don't let the door hit ya? Sometimes we need to walk out the same entrance that we came in because it's time to move on. It's time to go force ourselves to go into a new experience by exiting out that entrance. And so a lot of people ask me, Brindley, how did you go from being surrounded by the people that you were surrounded with, 9, 10 years ago to now being surrounded and have the community and the tribes that you have now? And a lot of that has to do with treating every entrance like an exit. And there were certain relationships that I had to make really tough decisions about and say, these aren't the type of people I want to surround myself with. We don't think alike. We don't have a lot of the same things in common. And it's time for me to go seek out the people that do have the things that I want, that think the way that I want to think, that act the way I want to act. I became very self-aware of the behaviors that I wanted to exit, right? The behaviors that I wanted to put behind me, and who were people that had mastered that. For me, one of them was emotional intelligence, and it's still something that I work on extremely hard today. And Joe Bogar is one of my mentors when it comes to emotional intelligence. He is someone who has mastered, is highly emotionally intelligent. Lance Loken was another big one for me in those areas. And so getting into relationship with those people that could help move me forward with those things rather than staying in relationship with people that didn't. So there's a saying, if you hang around the barbershop, you're eventually going to get a haircut. If you hang around certain people, you're going to start to become them. And then also, learning that it's okay to walk away from things. And a lot of times our egos will keep us in things because we want to be right. We are afraid of what people will say. We're afraid of the way we will be judged. We're afraid of what they'll talk about us. Yet, if it's not giving us energy, if it's not serving our purpose, all we're doing is wasting time creating the inevitable. Because if it's not meant to be, it's going to end. The exit is going to happen. It's just, do you want to be the reason that you exit, or do you want something else to cause you to exit? And what I have found in my experience is that something causing me to exit is a lot more painful than me deciding to exit. And so when we talk about entrance and exit, going back, the first is that every exit is an entrance to something better. And if you start looking at it that way, you can have a life full of wonderful experiences because you'll be able to look back, bless the previous experience, take the memories that you've learned from, or it served you, and then take the lessons that you've learned to go on and make the next experience so much better. And then on the flip side, if you reverse the quote, remember that every entrance is also an exit. You can walk out of a relationship, you can walk out of a situation, you can walk out of a conversation the same way and in the same entrance that you came into. You just have to decide, do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? I want to be both, yet when push comes to shove, I can't be usually. I have to choose one, and I choose to be happy. And sometimes that means putting my ego on the shelf, not caring what other people are going to say, not caring about what other people think, but walking away because that's going to serve my purpose. And I'm human. I make mistakes. Sometimes I don't exit the most gracefully, right? Yet I learn each time how to exit faster, therefore how I can exit at a higher level of grace and class that I want to exit with. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or you want to talk about it, reach out. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.